Hi, everyone. I'm Upi Singh. I'm the Division Chief of ID at Stanford. I want to welcome you to San Francisco, to the division, and to our program. I hope that you'll have a great virtual visit. Too bad we can't welcome you to the real city, but hopefully next time. As we begin, we have to acknowledge that we really are in unprecedented times. And there's a lot of things, personally and professionally, that are very tough about our current situation. But I also think for those of us who have a passion in ID, these really are exciting and invigorating times. And if you look at the impact of ID physicians and ID physician scientists, that need, that impact has never been more obvious or more needed. So I'm really excited that with you and with our colleagues around the country, we're really going to help find solutions to COVID-19 and end up in a better place. I wanted to just take a few minutes to tell you about our program and our philosophy. I just want to make 4 brief points. The first is that we really have a program that's very tailored to ensure each person's success, to allow each person to bring out the best of their interests as well as their talents. And there are a few examples of this. So for example, during the clinical time, and as well as in the time in the division, we have tracks in the program. So we have clinician educator track, research track, ASP track, and immunocompromised host. And these are efforts that we've done to build up the tracks to get the funding over the last 4 to 5 years. And I'm really very proud of how this gives each person a very specialized training and a specialized opportunity to develop their interests. So this really is a place where you can come, bring your talents, bring your interests, and we'll develop a program that's going to help you succeed with your specific needs. The second thing I want to say is that we really have just been so proud of our trainees and how well they've grown and how well they've done in our program and moving forward. So we've placed trainees into great positions in academia. And in the last 2 years, our fellows have gone to places like UCLA, UNC, Cleveland Clinic, and of course, some have stayed at Stanford. Fellows have also done very well by going into industry, such as Gilead, which is just down the street. And of course, they've placed into great clinical programs as well. So again, I think this is an indication of the strength of our trainees, the strength of our program, that people really often have many opportunities to choose from. I think the third comment I'd like to make is that we're always in a self-improvement mode. We listen to our trainees, we listen to our faculty, we look at the environment around us, and we think of ways to improve the program. A few things we've done in the last few years is to develop a weekend retreat for fellows and a renewed emphasis on wellness. We've also increased our housing supplement that we give to trainees to deal with the high cost of housing, and we've been able to increase that in the last several years. And we've also developed clinical services that align with the expertise of the faculty, the need of the consulting physicians, and the need of the patients at Stanford. So you'll hear that we have a general ID service, but we also have an ICU ID, and then an SOT ID, and a Heme BMT ID. So again, in those services, you'll have faculty that are specially trained in that area, that have really good relationships with the consulting physicians. And we found that it's just a great experience for the faculty, for the fellows, and for the patients. And the last comment I'll make is that I couldn't be prouder of the clinical faculty as well as the research faculty that we have in the program. Our clinicians are often getting awards at the departmental level. They're very well respected and well known for their teaching. They're also kind, genuine, caring people, and you'll enjoy learning clinical ID from them. And our research faculty are some of the most productive and well-funded in the entire Department of Medicine, and actually in the entire School of Medicine. And their accolades really mean that they are some of the best in their fields nationally and internationally. So again, you'll learn from kind, gentle, good people that are at the top of their game. And then in terms of COVID, I just want to mention that we've taken special care to make sure that our trainees are safe during this time. We've limited their exposure to patients, but ensured also as a balance that they get enough time to learn to manage the patients and to learn to manage the disease. And that we've also developed a number of basic science as well as clinical research opportunities, which fellows have been able to participate in if they're interested. So I think with that, I'm going to thank you for considering our program. Thank you for virtually visiting us. I hope you have a great visit. And whether you end up at Stanford or somewhere else, I really look forward to having you as a colleague in infectious diseases in the future. Take care. Stay safe.